Hey guys, it's Vivs Aura back again. Welcome back to my channel. I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who's even taken their time to watch my last video. As you can see, it was very emotional, and honestly, like, I really appreciate everyone who even just watched it, only because I know the type of person I am, and I know that I would find it very hard and very difficult to sit through a video that is very emotional, because I know I'm emotional, so I'll probably just, yeah, I would find it hard. So I'm just even so grateful for everyone who's watched it, anyone who shared it. And honestly, like, as I was reading you guys' messages, I was just thinking, like, you guys have God's heart, and it honestly just touched me so much. Like, it made me cry, but not from a place of sadness, but just from a place of hope and love. Like, you guys have God's heart in you, and it really shows through just reaching out. And even everyone who's even just opened up a little bit more about their lives and, you know, losing a loved one. I know it's not easy, and I just want to say thank you for even just sharing that with me. And I just pray for your healing, and I pray that God continues to bless you. And it's not the end, like, it is honestly not the end. Okay, my lips are really dry, so I'm gonna find cream and then I'm coming back. Okay, yeah, let's get into the part 2. Yet again, I haven't written any notes. I am just hoping that I'm just hoping that it flows, and I just hope I can, like, remember everything, only because, like I said, I don't actually actively think about these things. Maybe it was as a way to just protect myself, but I'm not doing that anymore. We're going to talk about these things. We're going to let these things break off of us. Like, I'm walking into my healing. Okay, so after my mum passed, the crazy thing is, I don't have like a vivid memory of exactly what happened next. It was kind of like a blur, and I think it came from the trauma of actually seeing it happen. But yeah, so that night we just all stayed in my little brother's room, and it was just dark, and it felt like a Nollywood scene. I can't explain it. Like, that feeling, I don't want anyone to ever feel that feeling, but that feeling is not something I can properly articulate. It was just shock, and we just stayed there and we just cried. And the next day, I can't really remember what happened. I think, yeah, like, it was just all a blur. Like, a lot of people would start coming to the house, like a lot of family members, obviously, but like people from the church, people who knew my mum, and they were just gathering, and it's like they'll be saying sorry for your loss, and it was just really hard to hear at the time, and it's still hard now, but then because it was fresh, it was so weird. It was like a reminder that she was gone. And at our old house, we had like family portraits and pictures basically plastered everywhere, and pictures of my mum plastered everywhere, because, like I said, she was the it girl, she was the influencer babe. But obviously since then, it was like a painful reminder that she was gone. Like, everywhere we'd look, like, the pictures no longer seemed real, it just felt like a picture. But then I guess the beautiful part about it was, like, when I saw those pictures, I could associate that with a memory. It's like I would see the picture, and it's like I envisioned what happened that very moment, which was nice, because it was us holding on to a memory of her. But yeah, it was just weird, like, being in the house with just pictures of us and pictures of her plastered everywhere, and it was like she was no longer there. But even just touching back on the house, so in the last video I said that we moved, but then I had to take it back. From the moment we found out that she did have cancer, we were staying at a different place. That place was the ghetto. The area, everything was just not cute, and because of her condition, and this was after my dad had left, we were given a bigger house, like an actual house this time, and we were so excited, and my mom was so excited, and we were so excited. And I remember even just her decorating the place. We were just so excited. But that was just even one of the things that God blessed us with, because truth be told, like, we weren't meant to be in this country. Like, I don't want to say we weren't meant to be in this country. If the enemy had their way, we wouldn't be in this country. Like, is literally a blessing and God's favor that we're here. But yeah, moving forward now, another key moment that I remember was the day of her burial. So we went to church and the priest was giving a sermon, and it's like, as I was sitting at the front, I just had loads of questions. I was just sitting down and I was just listening to the priest, and I was just thinking, in the most respectful way, I was just thinking, what is this man talking about? My mother is gone. What could you possibly say to make us feel better? But I think something just kind of clicked. I can't really explain it. It's weird. But I think in that moment, God just comforted me personally. I can only speak for myself. God comforted me in a way that I couldn't actually explain. I can't tell you what the priest said or what happened that, you know, caused that switch. I just knew my mum was in the right place. Like, I knew she definitely served her purpose. I'm even just so grateful that she was my mother. Like, such an anointed and blessed woman. Yeah, it still didn't feel like it was real. When someone dies, like, you celebrate their lives afterwards. So we had like a celebration of her life after the burial ceremony, and you know, people were sharing their, you know, sharing speeches about their experiences with her, and it's like we're all dancing, and just because that's what she loved. Like, she loved music, she loved dancing, like she loved bringing joy to people. So we just honored her in that way. But the thing that made me sad was, I remember when my granddad died, like years ago, probably when I was like maybe 6 or something, and we went to Nigeria, and it's like at the end of the burial, after all the tears and stuff, we were all just dancing in the village and just celebrating his life. And I think what was sad was that the same thing was happening, but it's like celebrating the passing of my mum this time. It just didn't add up. So I'm not here to come and say, you know, as soon as it happened, or life afterwards has just been a breeze, or we were all completely fine, because we weren't. Like, I would go to college like everything was literally sucked out of me. It's like I wasn't even present in a weird way. I don't even know how I managed to even still carry on with life. Me and my siblings, we still had strength to just keep going. Like, we never want, I don't even think we missed out on school or college. We just kept going, and it's honestly the strength of God. Yeah. But another memory I remember that was really difficult was, before, we would always go on annual family holidays to Nigeria with my mum and her siblings with their children as well. So they'll take us out, you know, when you're just excited over little puff or meat pie, stuff like that. But those little things got us very excited. Her and her siblings, like my aunties, they would dress up, they would go away, probably do stuff together, and then they'll leave my siblings and my cousins and stuff to just stay in the house, and we'll literally have the best time ever. And then they'll come back and bring us food and bring us stuff. And I remember the next time we went back to Nigeria, but this time without my mum, honestly, that was probably one of the hardest things, only because it felt like, it's like my aunts and my uncles, you know, they have their own kids to cater to. I know I just kind of felt, I know we felt just out of place. Before, I would expect our mum to go out, get us something. It's like sometimes we'll forget that she's no longer there and just expect her to walk back in, and she just wasn't there. But I'm so grateful for my aunties and my uncles, because they tried they try their best to make sure we don't feel that loneliness, and I'm so grateful for them, because at the end of the day, no one owes you anything. The fact that it's like they've loved us as if we were their own children, it's just honestly something we're all so grateful for. I'm just gonna try and get all the vivid memories. But yeah, so the trip to Nigeria was very hard. Another thing that was like very hard as well was going to church. We always used to go to church with our mum, and I just remember the first Sunday we went without her. It was so hard, and just seeing, you know, other children with their mum was just really hard. Even Mother's Day, really hard, and it's still hard now. Even though I feel like I'm fine, it hurts, and it's okay for it to hurt. God is sustaining me. Like, we understand it's fine, to cry, it's fine to mourn her, but we're still happy. And we're happy because we know it's all like God has a bigger purpose, God has a bigger plan, and we're just trusting in God for everything. Like, we've given all our burdens, everything we have just given, we've given it to Christ. It hasn't been an easy journey, but it's been an amazing journey at the same time. Where I was then and where I am now is just crazy. Like, so many things I was battling with then, I have overcome them all, and I'm just so grateful. Yeah, God has continued to bless our family. We have a roof over our heads. Like, even the fact that I have this camera, or the fact that I have a platform to speak, I would have never ever thought that would be me. The fact that I have so many things, the fact that I have opportunities, the fact that I have siblings who, you know, are just so strong in their faith that they can lift me up also, I can lift them up. The fact that I have such a strong support system around me, I'm just so incredibly grateful for. One of the things I never actually did before, but that someone said to me, and it just really like made me think, oh my gosh, wow, God has really been good, was when they said, I don't look like what I've been through. And it just made me think, wow, like God has refined, restored everything. Like, I've never felt like I was lacking in anything. Like, despite losing both my parents, I've never felt like I have lacked in anything. I think I just want this video to be not necessarily like a video of like, oh my gosh, yes, you can do it, because yes, you can do it, God can, but just to show like life goes on. And that's one thing my mum always highlighted to us, like from a very young age. You don't come into this life with anyone. She always used to say, like, we didn't come into this life with her, she didn't come into this life with us, we didn't come into this life with our siblings. So we always need to make sure that our hearts are in the right place and our focuses are on the right things, which is God. Like, so I just want you all to be encouraged that it's literally not the end, it's just the beginning. Yeah, again guys, I am so I wish I could express to you guys how grateful I am for just even giving me that space to be vulnerable with you guys, and for making me feel safe about it as well. Thank you guys so much. I have so many other things that I want to talk about. So how loss has affected my relationship. What else? I wrote a list down. I kind of seen how I am with guys as well, and I'm just like, it's all making sense now. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you all have a blessed week. And yeah, I love you all. Bye.